Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and I've come here to the edge of the spawn village, nay, to the edge of the wasteland, in order to demonstrate the importance of proper prototyping when you're thinking about building something to scale. Now, for example, in this case, I was thinking about building the Washington Monument at the National Mall in Washington, D.C., as well as the reflecting pool that leads from the Washington Monument toward the beautiful Lincoln Memorial. Now, this is something that would be a pretty big Minecraft project if I wanted to do it 1-to-1 scale. At 1-to-1 scale, the Washington Monument would be 555 feet tall, which would really be like taller than the water pillar over there probably, or about the same height. It'd be massive. 555 feet tall and 55 feet wide. That's just huge. But if I do it at 1/55th scale, I only have to make it 11 blocks tall. And so why don't we go ahead, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we can just light it up. Boom. Washington Monument, built to scale, 1/11th. Or, well, yeah. That's right, yeah. Now, even at 1-to-11 scale, which seems like, okay, well, that's pretty good, Joe. You saved yourself a lot of space there. It doesn't go all the way up to the sun. It doesn't go all the way out to there and there. Well, how big is the reflecting pool in front of the Washington Monument? Well, let me tell you, it is 2,000 feet long. The reflecting pool is like 4 times as tall as the Washington Monument. And so, if I were to go ahead and build that, I would need to dig out 44 blocks worth of area here. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You get the idea. I may have been a bit overzealous in my back-of-the-napkin calculations. It's not actually 44 blocks. It would be a beautiful, what do you call it? 36 blocks. Oh, and I'm realizing that an in-game foot is not a single block. I guess an in-game block is a meter. So maybe it's not at 1-to-11th scale, but the 11-to-1 ratio... Actually, I guess it's at 1/55th scale. So everything here that I've been doing with my sign is wrong. My point is it's hard to do scale properly, and I'm already doing it very, very poorly in the first place. But we've got our big reflecting pool here. Now, if we didn't properly prototype this at 1/55th scale, how would we be able to do it at 1/2 scale or 1/3 scale? I probably should have started with 1/3 scale and then said, or 1/2 scale, because that would sound more dramatic. But, like, this reflecting pool is still going to be pretty big. If I decided, oh, I'll put this in my front yard, before I know it, I'd be in Monkey Farm's front yard. Especially, you know, once again, if I wanted to do this at a larger scale than I did. So, whenever you're thinking about adapting a real-life... Ooh, I like that nice ripple effect. Oh, and that's just continuing all the way down there. Beautiful. So, we can just go ahead and ham away at the rest of this, and then add ourselves a little Lincoln Memorial. Now, of course, the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial are in remembrance of 2 great things America has to offer, the Ford Lincoln Town Car and the state of Washington, respectively. Both wonderful, wonderful things. It's interesting how this, like, kind of, I haven't figured out how it propagates the source blocks entirely. It's kind of neat, though, that it does. I'm generally getting there. And then we'll just put that in the end. Boom! Now we have pretty much a reflecting pool, which we can go ahead and get rid of these extra blocks here. Boom, 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 boom. And then at the end here, now this is where it gets kind of messy. The Lincoln Memorial is really more at a... It's 4 blocks wide, but it's centered on the reflecting pool. So then we have the question, okay, do we want to increase the size or the scale of the Washington Monument proportionally to bring the Lincoln Memorial to the proper scale? Or do we just go ahead and say, instead of making this a 4x2, we just make this a 5x2, which looks nice. That's actually still not as tall as it needs to be because I'm short on... I forgot I was using half slabs. Here's another thing that's important when you're prototyping, making sure you have enough of the right material. let's go get some quartz. Time skip.
Who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He plays for Nashville when he plays Minecraft. That's Joe Hills. That's Joe Hills.
I've got enough blocks here that I can easily just make our little Lincoln Memorial all finished. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. And doesn't that look very Washingtonian, very District of Columbian? And as much as I enjoy this new Columbian monument, it could still be better. And one of the ways that we could make it better is by doubling the scale, making it twice as big as it is now. Now, one benefit of that would be that I could then use these stairs here to cap the monument properly. But just because I make it twice as tall, I got to keep in mind that's going to require 4 times as much materials because I'm doubling the length, width, and height. Now, this lake technically was deeper than it should have been for the original scale, so I don't have to make it deeper, but I am going to have to make it twice as wide and twice as long. And this is where it gets really important to make sure that you properly scout your surroundings first, because if I were to go all the way back to the proper distance for this reflecting pool, that would be right here, which means that I can't just double the width in both directions. I can't just add 1 block over there and 2 blocks over there. I'm going to have to keep that weighted where it is and then pull back this way. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I mean, and I hope that you guys will stay with me and check out the finished result at twice the scale we started at. Washingtonian skip. I have laid out our reflecting pool, and it is indeed twice the size, occupying quite a good deal of the view from the portal here. And so now what I am left to do is to actually go ahead and properly replace this monument on account of it no longer being, accurate. Look, it's all the way over here on the left when it needs to be, back here and in the middle. And I probably should, now that we've doubled the size there, I need to increase the distance it is from the pool, probably moving it to here. And as I'm thinking about this, I was going to pillar up, to destroy the other one, but it really just kind of makes the most sense to pillar up in the process of building this, right? See, just keep going up like that, boom, boom, boom. And then eventually, on my way down, I can chop down that other one. So, on the plus side too, I'll know when I get to there, I'm at 11. So now I just need to add 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And then the 22nd, I'll add a stair block, like so. And then we can just hop back down here and apply some more smoky quartz. And then this one, facing from this way, boom! Washingtonian. Completely correctly done. Now we can just hop down here and grab the rest of these pillar blocks. And as we retreat this way, well, that's not quite finished, I guess. Still not done. Still not done. Incorrect. Let's go ahead and make sure we didn't do that on any other sides, too. Let's go ahead and sleep in a bed real quick so we don't have all the creatures of the night and their brethren coming down upon us with their righteous fury. We do not want the ghasts to get any ideas. I really worry that sooner or later Notch is going to implement ghasts coming through portals, like, just intelligently or randomly all the time. It scares me. And let's just jump in this pool. That's really good thinking. So here we go. That is our Washington Monument at the end of our reflecting pool. I hope I centered this properly. And what we actually have now in terms of scale would be, if we had, would probably be 1 to 9, because it was 1 to 18 before. So Washington Monument 1 to 9 scale by at Joe Hills. Done. And I figure actually at this point it took me a lot longer than I expected to level out this reflecting pool and get all that done. So, and somehow I've magically run out of quartz again. All that talking I did about remembering to allocate more quartz was apparently foolish of me. I improperly allocated my quartz anyway. So I'm going to have to go back to the nether and grab more of that. So that'll be something for the next episode. Anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.